Welcome, guys and gals. Let's talk about life. There's so much to be grateful for. If you think you're the only one who's stressing with a million things, you're not the only one. See these pimples? I'm gonna get rid of this. I don't need to use this, except for this. So, I'm not gonna focus on any of my stresses. That won't help. Three different ones. Not a yogi, but I am a yogi. Clearly I read. Clearly I write. And I listen. Oh, love. Laugh jokes. The other day, I sat with a millionaire. Someone who looked just like me. Who started just like me. None of my clients have the things that I want, but I have the things that they want. They may not have the same mind as me, or strength and body as me. Even now, even then, and more to come. But we all have different gifts. He had told me if I was to just put away the piece of the pie and really commit to this plan, no matter how good or bad, I could actually make something happen. How many times am I going to get that advice and not follow through? How many times am I going to stress? A lot. But now, I think of better things. I don't really want it. But sometimes I think if I was to die right now, it wouldn't matter. So, without being irresponsible, let the bills crash. Let the relationships fall. Let the things that don't matter crumble away. Because how many times did something I wanted to manifest happen? Something better than I expected to be lived through. How many good times were there? If that was to happen, they were meant to happen. So, the way I maintain wealth, health, and stuff is those things are to happen, so what? I have to be okay with letting those things happen. Just like I let the good things happen. Not only did I meet a millionaire, I met my future wife. Heck, who knows? My future house. And all of this will be on the channel. Even if it's almost just behind me right now. Could they really stop me? I got into a situation the other day. And by being patient, I'm now going to get that infraction removed. Never was I in that situation before. But by attaining a calm, safe state of mind, I waited them out and got the outcome I was looking for. The records shall be erased. The charges are non-existent. I have merely to appear, and they will throw the book. Heck, I could lend them several right now. I'm gonna sit back and let go. I was someone like you. And then, as we're all just different versions of each other, that's a version of me. That's a version of me. And that's a version of me. They wrote all these books, and it's about those different versions of me. You're me. I'm me. Whether we believe it or not. You see, if God is existence, then does not mean that God needs to live through all the souls that He split. He being figurative. The pain of loving God's self. Pain of breaking up with God's self. Hating and harming God's self. Killing God's self. Birthing God's self. Translating God's self. Scamming God's self. Teaching God's self. Raising God's self. Even the ground and the carpet is God's self. Even the dirt and the dust inside the shoe is God's self. Even the juice in the drink is God's self. Even the wind and the breeze and the flow of the AC, all these random things, the wave lights, the particles, the storm, the wind, the rain, the earth, the water, the country, the state, the paper, the idea, the thought, the tangible, the abstract. I can't tell you why. I can only tell you how. From my perspective. just to see if I could. But now that I fixed my mindset, it will be no more emotion. I wanted to be the ultimate Renaissance man and good at it. So, that's what I have, and that's what it is. In order to be the best version of yourself, let go and accept that you can do it all. Before, I didn't know what it meant, but now I do. And it's not that I didn't know, it's that I forgot that I already knew. This isn't me being cool or mysterious or spiritual. This is me remembering that I signed up to be him because I always am him. You can't turn it off. And once you realize that others have it too, you realize there are different versions of you. Even if you were to die in their world, you are living from the perspective of your world. So, can anyone truly stop you? Can they truly stop me? And even if we were late, just like that, I'm still the perspective of me looking at the perspective of you, even though I'm you and you're me. It's confusing, but I know in your heart that you get it. I think I'm gonna burn a little bit more. There we go, burn. I gave up drinking and smoking. I gave up porn. I gave up ISIS. I gave up lust. I gave up pride. I gave up gluttony. It hurt. That was my biggest challenge, gluttony. I gave up greed. And I'm still surrounded by abundance. I actually need to give some of it away. Order some of it and clean the rest. The lust is tempered by knowing that I have more than enough options. The pride is tempered by knowing that I'm already the best. I'm nothing but a show off to everyone else. As far as smarts and strength, flexibility, mobility, stability, and everything else. I chose to be the creative, athletic genius. You know the name of the channel. You know all the rest. I chose to do these videos my way, instead of waiting to make them perfect. When I feel like making a video, I should release a video. I wanted to release one every day. But we're gonna have to see how I feel, because it affects how I think. And now that I know that manifestation requires you to be aligned both with your thoughts and your feelings, so that you can get what you want, because you know that you are, because that's what you have, and because that's what he has, he gets, so I get. Literally, I'm looking at my hand right now. I could be surrounded by millions of bills. My phone could turn off. My girl or girls could leave me. I could be betrayed by everyone I know. I could be injured. There could be a war right now. Everyone could get sick. I I have so much imagination. Anything could happen, more or less, and I'd still get it back in what I want now. I don't have to wait for the timeline to get there. If my imagination is present, that means now. Once this video comes out, this can be played at any point in time because it was released from one timeline, meaning as long as it's here, it can be in any of them, even in the past before it was created. How many times have you seen things that are weird, that are real? It means that they're not weird. It means that there's more to life than what meets the eye. And if I am a quintillionaire, then it means that I start at one point and ended up at the other. They say there's 11 dimensions. They say there's more. They say there's 3. They say there's a 4th. It all matters, and it doesn't. Here's what I'm gonna tell you. Here's what you're gonna listen to. I want you to believe what you want to believe. But the fact that you are here means that you know without knowing that you can imagine more. Because you can imagine more, you can feel more. You can see more. You can do more. It all starts by being more. Because being combines thinking and feeling. This is the basis for manifestation. This is that feeling that gets you out of that rut in your gut when you're surrounded by bills or injuries or sickness or betrayals or falls, misfortunes or bad karma or bad luck or yada, yada, yada. This is that feeling that you always get when things turn around. I don't know why, but this is how the universe operates. It's like you need to remember to be serious, but also to have fun. It's like you need to remember good, but also need to remember bad. Because if you only remember one side of the coin, it doesn't work. But if you remember you can break the game while there's a structure to the rules, everything you want is possible, even the impossible. This is the way that it is, and this is the way it has to be. This is duality, but this is also unity. From now on, you shall call me Mr. Paradox. The one from the Matrix, but also the real world. without sleep until I learned how to manifest and dream. Because I learned how to dream, I learned how to meditate. Because I learned how to meditate, my dreams could be hours, seconds, minutes, or instant. And as long as I sleep correctly, these bumps go away, my skin stays clear, I work out, I'm impossibly strong, and I've slowed down aging, like I've been doing, see Thomas. Teenager. Again, I haven't aged here since I was 16. But this has folded and expanded many times. See this? Limbs are directly controlled by spiritual energy. Quiet. The only difference with me and this version of you is that I want to show you I have powers, and I'm going to be super nonchalant about it, and you can't do anything to stop me. Now, good. I want you guys to realize something. You can do anything that you want. So let's go off your things now. In about 90 days, only 90, I'll already have the new car, house, and I'll put the girls on the video too. The girls. Only to prove that I can. It doesn't matter who I am. Let's read. I feel bad about not posting every day. Now here we are with more rocks. And I'll give this chance to make Reiki and rocks. Head case, October 27th. The mind is the standard of man. Poet Lawrence Dunbar, writer and poet. If that's not ironic, and that's not a coincidence, then it's simply meant to be. Should I explain? Dunbar, huh? And that's in this book. Alright, let's explain. It can be infuriating to bear someone say that a very obvious concrete issue we're struggling with is an attitude problem. When we're pounding away at some unyielding difficulty, the last thing we want to hear is, "It's all in your head." Such comments make us feel that our intelligence, not to mention our sanity, is being discounted. We resent the oversimplification of what seems to us a very complex dilemma. The truth may well be that our problem is as real and as hard to crack as a slab of stone. Yet it may also be true that some attitude we're bringing to the problem is wearing us out more than the problem is. After all, our attitudes are the tinted glass through which we see our problems. So, of course, our attitudes always precede our actions. Attitudes, emotions, they affect your thoughts, no matter how logical you are. I'm very logical. A creative attitude transforms many setbacks and disappointments into learning experiences. A receptive, sensitive attitude lifts the cloak off the mundane and routine so that we may see the beautiful sights and amusing events. A roll up the sleeves, can-do attitude is the best problem solver there is. Is that why I'm attracted to the optimist character? Today, I will examine the power of my attitude. If my problems are in my head, then the power of my attitude is greater than the power of my problems. This much is true. The juice, man. The river can't rise beyond its source. What's in the seed determines the fruit. T.M. Alexander, entrepreneur. There was a strong man who traveled through the circus. One of his more memorable stunts was to take a lemon and squeeze every last drop of juice out of it. He would then offer $1,000 to anyone who could manage to squeeze as much as one additional drop from the fruit. He boasted about his feat from city to city, but no one was able to win the money. One day he came to a small town and pitched his offer. A small, frail woman stepped forward and accepted the challenge. She took the crushed lemon and squeezed several drops of juice from it. The man couldn't believe his eyes. "How did you do it?" he asked. The woman shrugged and said, "My husband has been out of work for nearly a year. I do this all the time." When it comes to pushing ahead and using our talent, we must squeeze out every drop. When presented with the heroic challenge of carving out a better life, Many who faced barriers have managed to squeeze every drop from their ability. Think of how Marian Anderson became the first African American to perform at New York's Metropolitan Opera House. Charles Drew perfected blood plasma. John Baptiste du Sable established Chicago. Jackie Robinson shattered baseball's color line. Richard Allen founded the African Methodist Episcopal Church. Phyllis Wheatley became the first African American poet. Garen Morgan created the traffic signal. Millie E. Hale built one of the first black hospitals in the country. Wild Bill Pickett became the king of the rodeo. And Crispus Attucks was the first man to die defending our nation's freedom during the Revolutionary War. These men and women exemplify the best that is in us. Our time and place is now, and we have the opportunity to do all the pioneering we've ever dreamed of. As in all other times, we need only courage and determination to squeeze out every drop. I will use all my untapped abilities. See, I'm going to read you 2 more pages, but if I want to have all the skills, then the only challenge is keeping up with being that person. I realize this now, and tomorrow's my favorite day. Halloween. I truly believe I was conceived on that day. You can guess my birth date. I know many don't celebrate that day for the spiritual and the spirits, but for some reason I'm staved of evil. Matter of fact, it's probably the reason I became so strong in real life and destroy all these games that I play and read all these books and absorb all these thoughts and feelings and connect with all these people. I destroy demons and monsters. They cannot beat me even in my dreams or nightmares. Ever. I hunt them. I'm actually looking for them. So they fear me and go for those who fear them, who've either never encountered them or only avoid them. I spent my life pursuing them so I could eat them. Oh yes, I love monsters because I will never have it be the other way around. Pour me a cup. We deserve everything we can get. We spilled the blood. We shed the tears. No one has given more than us. And now it's payback time. Charles Rangel, Congressman. Here's the page before. And here's the page I just read, the page after. A friend of mine attending a conference was surprised to notice that everyone at the breakfast table had coffee but him. He felt a little miffed and said, "Why didn't I get a coffee?" I guess the table answered, "Your cup is upside down. You have to turn your cup over. When it comes to receiving all that life has to offer, we must turn our cup over." Why do we have such qualms about anticipating and accepting abundance? I've always said the same thing. I'd rather ask. Maybe it's due to the role that Black Americans have been forced to play in society. Historically, we have rendered services that were largely taken for granted. Years of slavery and discrimination have taken their toll on our psyche. We learn to give to others but expect nothing for ourselves. In order to invite abundance into our lives, we need to feel worthy of the myriad blessings life has to offer. Peace and harmony, health and energy, supportive relationships, a decent education, and satisfying careers, to name a few. Whatever the reasons for our hesitancy in accepting all forms of prosperity, it is important now that we change any limiting beliefs and awaken to the realization that we deserve to live abundant lives. We need to turn our cups over and allow abundance to pour in until they overflow. Think of it like this, and do not think of it as hoarding. Without revealing what this space looks like around me now, and yes, this book. I have so much stuff right here. I only need to give it away, sell it, order it, and clean it. There's so much abundance. You could just call it a lot. A lot of stuff I wanted to have, that I want to have, that I have, that I am. And I see. I deserve to live abundantly. I am worth every blessing that life has to offer. Offering. Last page. Let's see if this video lines up and I can read it in time. Labor Day. The only place where success comes before work is in the dictionary. One day a preacher drove down a country road and came upon the most magnificent farm he had ever seen. The farm stood out like a diamond. It sparkled, while it was by no means a new farm. The house and surrounding property were finely constructed and freshly painted. The garden around the house displayed an array of beautiful flowers. The fields were formally tilled, and an impressive herd of cattle grazed in the pasture. In his unabashed gazing, the preacher noticed the farmer on a big, shiny tractor, hard at work. Upon noticing his visitor, the farmer stopped his tractor, shut off the engine, and shouted a friendly hello. The preacher then said, "My good man, God has certainly blessed you with a magnificent farm." There was a pause, and the farmer removed his cap and wiped the perspiration from his face. He studied the preacher for a moment and replied, "Yes, he has, and I'm grateful. But you should have seen this place when he had it all to himself." As he drove off, the preacher thought about the fact that every farmer along this road had been blessed with the same land, the same opportunity, and each worked according to his pleasure. He understood that every farm was a reflection of the people who lived there. Furthermore, he also knew that the land we're given.
I can't use dating apps anymore because I matched with a girl.
I don't care about that. But I'll tell you what I do care about. I care about what was just written. Let's not stop.
Hello, and welcome to Alchemy Healing.
Even with a mistake, I don't need this video to be
So we
perfect.
can open up to alignment
You
with
can do it like this.
it gently scans your energy field.
There we go. Quiet. You see that? Okay. He understood that every farm was a reflection of the people who lived there. Furthermore, he also knew that the land we are given comes not in the form of acres or lots, but in terms of the life we are blessed with. That's our plot of land, and what we do with it is our business. Finally, the preacher realized that though the farmer was grateful for what he had, he knew that what he did with it spelled the difference between success and failure. Luck may help you get to the top, but it takes hard work to keep you there. I welcome hard work. It is the shortest path to success. Is that why I'm successful? Because I'm not scared to work hard. And all I needed to do was work smart. The easiest way is to work hard. And the easiest way to do that is to work smart. We shall read the final passage tomorrow on the day of. Cheers. Whether it is night or day, I hope it is wonderful for you. See you next time, or goodbye.